In the beginning, we will learn about the most important successes of Elon Musk. Elon Musk is considered the first to establish electronic banks, as he is the owner of PayPal. He is the one who developed the first plan aimed at providing the entire planet with the internet, and he has already launched more than 400 satellites into space. To be the internet in the whole world, which is what he called linking the mind to the computer and the world of the internet. He is the owner of the first private company to make trips to outer space, and he has taken over its work, as do governments in countries. But the trip from his own company is about 300 times cheaper than governments. He announced in an official conference that within 8 years he would establish the first human colony on Mars. And in cooperation with NASA Space Agency. He is the founder of the car that got a 100% safety rate in the world, Tesla. It is a self-driving car and is the cheapest compared to conventional petrol cars. It has characteristics that make it the best in the world, and it is the favorite car of world leaders. He developed a set of specific plans for all countries of the world to be satisfied with the electricity they need. By exploiting solar energy by 100%, he announces that he intends to solve the problem of global warming. Launching an alternative to petroleum globally, thus protecting the environment from all the pollution it has been exposed to. He developed a plan adopted by the United States of America to make a new means of transportation similar to the train. But it will circle the entire globe in just 7 hours, and the experiment will soon become a reality. Elon Musk is the first person to sell certain parts to NASA with 3D properties. It has produced parts for rockets as well as spacecraft for the space agency. He currently chairs the board of directors of 4 international companies. He acquired knowledge in many fields himself, and he says that he studies science by the method of trees and seeds. For example, the name of science is written at the top of the tree and its branches are extracted from it. He developed the first design for an environmentally friendly aircraft, in which regular fuel is replaced with fuel that does not harm the environment. Elon Musk is considered the richest man in the world. Statistics have stated that his wealth increases monthly by 15% of the total he owns. But how did Elon Musk achieve all these legendary achievements? The year 2002 was the perfect year for Elon Musk, when he was able to achieve one of his dreams that he always dreamed of when he was young, which is space. He dreamed of something that was space and access to space, so he launched his third project, which is a company, SpaceX, to manufacture spacecraft and launch space missions. The main purpose of this company is to organize political and commercial flights to space. He said in a press conference in Mexico, "What I really want to make Mars easy to reach." Elon Musk is the first person to own a space transportation company, where SpaceX revolutionized space transportation, as it was known that missiles that are sent into space are destroyed in the end, so SpaceX developed a missile called Falcon 9 that can be reused after each space mission. It is likely that such a rocket will take humans on a mission to Mars in the future. Elon Musk, this ambitious man whose story is one of the strange stories in the world of success, because it is completely different from any other success story. He is the impossible man who can make any dream come true. In his childhood, he was a child prodigy. He was able to make his first dollar earning while he was still a 10-year-old boy. In his childhood, he did not pay attention to foreplay like children, so that his mother thought that he was deaf. Elon Musk was born in the early 1970s in South Africa to a father who works in electrical and mechanical engineering and a mother of Canadian descent. His parents separated when he was 9 years old, so he moved to live with his father in South Africa, and Elon Musk's father was the main reason for his love of programming. He learned programming at the age of 10, and after 2 years he was able to invent the programming of a famous game called Blaster. A company interested in children's toys bought it for $500. When Elon reached the age of admission to the university, he traveled to Canada to study there, at the Canadian Queen's University for a period of 3 years. Elon's desire to move to Canada was nothing more than to escape his military service in the South African Army, contrary to many other rumors that he didn't study at all. He then moved, that is, after 3 years, to the University of Pennsylvania, the university where he studied physics and business administration, and despite the distance between these two fields from each other, they are very spread all over the world, especially in developed countries in education. It is also mentioned that during that period, and contrary to many other expectations of a person of the size and wealth of Elon Musk, he was eating the equivalent of only $1 a day, as his food was pasta with sauce on it, and he also rented his house to his friends to do the celebrations. There is an entry fee of $5 per person. Elon finished his studies at the university and then applied for a PhD at Stanford University in applied physics, but he retracted that decision 2 days later, which is one of the best reversals in history, in my opinion. Imagine with me, dear viewer, that Elon Musk is a teacher or professor at the university, as this will mean that we will not see any of what is happening now, the last of which was the launch of 60 satellites into space to spread the internet all over the world. In 1995, Elon Musk and his brother Kimball founded a small company called Global Link Information Network, a company that makes software and websites, and they were joined by one of the most important people in Elon Musk's biography and career, a Greek-Korean, a Lebanese-Canadian investor, and then they were strengthened by a group of angel investors, a group of investors who saw a great future in this project. The Zip2 project was a website very similar in style to the popular Google Maps application, except that it was more limited in that it allowed customers and advertisers to communicate with each other by fax. For years after the founding of Zip2, the famous company Compaq bought it, with a deal valued at $307 million, for the purpose of using the data collected by the Zip2 application to improve the promising search engine at the time, Alta Vista, which wanted to compete with Google at one time. This amount was divided between the Musk brothers and Greg Corey, in addition to the investors, so that Elon Musk would get $22 million from this deal. Elon Musk's mind was not calm at that time, although he was at this age and was getting an amount of that amount, but he was not thinking of resting or sitting in the Maldives beach, as he preferred to create a new site called X.com. The X.com site was an online payment service, specifically by email, and the capital of this site was approximately $10 million, and it was distinguished from all existing ideas at the time by encrypting and protecting transaction data by the FDIC, also known as federal. His friend, venture capitalist Greg Curry, shared it. Shortly after the founding of X.com, specifically in the year 2000, X.com was merged with Confinity, a company founded by Max Levchin, the person who can really be called the real founder and mastermind behind the global online payment site PayPal. Elon Musk became CEO of PayPal, which remained X.com until 2001, when Elon Musk was removed from the CEO position and Peter Thiel took over. It is worth noting that this was not the end of PayPal, as the site was purchased by eBay, which moved to e-commerce at that time, with a deal that reached $1.5 billion. At that time, Elon Musk got $165 million, to divide the rest of the amount among the rest of the participants in the creation of the PayPal site. Referring to the PayPal deal, Elon added $15 million to his share of the deal, thus owning $180 million, and then going through what is known as moment moksha, which is the moment when the investor puts all his money into one or more projects. Which has already happened. Elon Musk divided his $180 million money into 3 companies unequally, as he invested $100 million in SpaceX, $70 million in Tesla, and $10 million in SolarCity, and after he spent all his money, he had to with advances from his friends to pay the rent for his house. The first, most important, and largest company among Elon Musk's companies is SpaceX, the company that represents his plan to colonize Mars, specifically in the year 2025, and he has already reached very advanced stages that no human has ever reached before in this plan. SpaceX doesn't mean uncharted space, it's an acronym for Space Exploration Technology Corporation. The idea for the SpaceX project began when Elon Musk began drawing up the concept of the Mars Oasis project in 2001, a project that aims to create a greenhouse on Mars to support Elon Musk's goal of colonizing it by providing food for travelers. At the same time, Elon Musk knew that the idea of colonizing Mars would be too expensive, so he and his close friend Adio Resi went to Moscow to purchase a set of remanufactured ICBMs from the Russian company Danair. Unfortunately, due to the young age of our heroes, Elon Musk and his friend were treated as beginners, and even spat on them by one of the top Russian designers, thinking that they had come to make fun of him. Fortunately for the world, Elon Musk did not tire at that time, and tried again in 2002, when he and his friend went again to the same place, and at that time they met a Russian company called ISE Kosmotras, which had offered them to buy missiles at a value of $8 million for one missile, and Elon did not feel at the time that this price is appropriate. He returned again with empty hands. Elon Musk decided at the time that the only solution for him to be able to reach his dream is to manufacture the missiles himself, in order to save a lot of money that will be used in the manufacture of these missiles, so that the cost of manufacturing the missile at that time may be estimated at 3% of the price of the missile that was offered to him. This is how $100 million became enough, and SpaceX started in 2002. SpaceX is now the world's largest privately owned space rocket engine manufacturer, having manufactured more than 100 Merlin 1D rockets, the engines with the strongest thrust-to-weight ratio among all engines used in missiles. Although Elon Musk reached the perfect solution to reduce the cost, $100 million was not enough for a company with space dreams, which made it receive a lot of support and funding from many companies, such as what it took from the U.S. space agency NASA, which was estimated its value is $1,600 million, in addition to $20 million in 2008 from the Founders Fund, and $1 billion from Google and Fidelity. We go back again to 2002, when eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion, and Elon Musk owned 11% of PayPal shares, and in the same year he became a U.S. citizen. Elon Musk continued to rise and succeed until the beginning of 2021, as the American businessman Elon Musk became the richest man in the world with a fortune of $185 billion, as Elon Musk was able to displace the American billionaire Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, who has remained on the throne of the richest man in the world since 2017 after defeating Microsoft founder Bill Gates. The main thing that caused the terrible jump in Elon Musk's wealth is the skyrocketing shares of Tesla electric cars, of which he owns 18% of the stock market. Tesla had drawn up plans and forecasts for the number of cars to be delivered for the year 2020, and it was about 481,000 cars. Perhaps these expectations were due to the corona epidemic that spread in the world and caused an economic collapse in many countries. However, Tesla delivered about 499,000 cars, a figure that was not expected in light of the economic collapse due to this epidemic. Elon Musk was able, with his intelligence, to overcome the global crisis and accumulate an astronomical fortune of $146 billion in the last 12 months only. Now I will explain to you the reason for his loss of $14 billion and his return to the second position of the richest man in the world. Elon Musk lost $14 billion of the company's value and $3 billion of his private wealth, bringing his wealth down to approximately $176 billion. The strange thing is that in the year 2020, Elon Musk posted a tweet on Twitter, in which he said, in my opinion, that the price of Tesla is very high. This tweet from Elon Musk caused a sharp decline in the shares of Tesla, as the value of the shares fell by more than 10%, so that Elon Musk lost another $14 billion. For this reason, the Stock Exchange and Securities Commission requested the establishment of controls and procedures from Tesla to supervise the tweets of its CEO, Elon Musk. Among the strange information that you may hear for the first time is that Norway is the first country in the world to consume Tesla cars.